That's what I thought of. Okay, sorry. Hi, Clarice. How are you today?
I'm good.
Well, thank you for letting me in your home to come and chat with you today. I really appreciate you allowing me to come see you. So just before we get started, there's a couple things I just have to say directly to the camera, just so we have it clearly on file. It's kind of, something we have to do with the office that we work with. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Kristin Waite, a social worker with the Children's Aid Society. We are currently at the home of Clarice Jones at 363 Dundas Street East, and that's Belleville, Ontario. The time is 12:40, and the date is March 25th, 2019. All right, so I know your name is Clarice, but we hear that you like to be called a different name sometimes. So I just want to see what you would prefer to be called while we're chatting today.
Lots of people call me Precious, so you can call me Precious.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just note that to the camera that for the duration of the time that we're chatting, we're going to refer to Clarice as Precious as her preferred name. All right, okay. So let's just get started and find out a little bit more about each other, because I know this is the first time we're meeting. So let's just see if we can, learn more about you, and you can learn more about me. So let's start with an easy question. When's your birthday?
My birthday is December 10th.
Okay, so that would make you 16, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're 16. And what did you get for your birthday this year?
I didn't really get much this year. I got a headband and chocolate.
Nice. What kind of chocolate is your favorite?
I really like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Those are my favorite.
Those are also my favorite.
Those are really good.
Yeah. What's your second favorite chocolate?
Probably Turtles.
Oh, another good choice.
Awesome.
And where do you go to school?
Well, I did go to Harlem High. But I got kicked out. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but I'm so mad at that school. I really like the school. I really like my teacher, and they just kicked me out. But I got admitted into this alternative school, which actually is going really good. I really like it. It's called Each One Teach One, and I have this teacher, Miss Rain, and she's the best. So I really like it.
Oh, that's awesome. It's unfortunate to hear that you got kicked out of your old school, but it sounds like this is a good place for you to be now. Awesome. And do you have lots of kids in your class?
There's only like 6 of us, maybe, which is good. Some of the kids are pretty crazy, and they're super annoying. Like I just want to go there and I just want to learn. But a lot of the kids are just like yapping in my ear the whole time. But I really like it.
And what's your favorite part about school?
Well, I really like my teacher. I really like her. And in my old school, since there were so many kids in the class, I never really talked in class because I just sat in the back of the class and I just listened. But in this school, since there's so few of us, I actually talk and I actually participate, and I'm learning that I really enjoy that. So I think that's my favorite part of school, is just being able to actually participate and feel like I'm included and I'm involved within the class. I never got that at my old school because I never knew what was going on.
That's awesome. So I'm really glad that you're enjoying your new class. It sounds like you're getting to do some things you're not really used to doing, and you're really happy about it. Awesome. Is there any questions you want to ask me to learn more about me?
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been working at this office for about 5 years.
Wow. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it for sure. It sometimes can be hard work to do, but I love working with people.
That's good. Do you have any kids?
I don't. Not yet, no.
No. That's good. I have another one on the way.
Oh, Congratulations.
Thanks.
How far along are you?
I'm about 32 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So getting there. I think it's a boy. I feel like it's a boy.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I haven't really been to any doctor's appointments, but I feel like it's a boy.
Okay.
I've only been to a couple.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. So one other thing. So I just want to start. I know we're going to be talking about some pretty tough stuff today. And so I want to make sure that you feel as comfortable as possible while we're having this conversation. So I just want to let you know that I'm going to be writing a couple notes down during our conversation. And if you want to know what I'm writing or you want to read them after we're done having a conversation, that's totally fine. It's more so if I think of things that I want to ask you at a later point and so I can remember. But it's not a big secret or anything like that. Also, too, if you feel uncomfortable at any point during our conversation or don't want to answer a question, you can say pass, and we'll look at coming back to that after, okay?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so one thing I kind of like to do when I start having these conversations is we're going to be talking a lot about truthful things that have happened in our past. And so I always like to make sure that we know what the truth is. And so it might be a silly question because, you know, you're not a young little kid, but we just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So can you tell me what the truth is?
Just something that actually happened.
Yeah. Good. That's a good example. And so usually there's the opposite to the truth, which is
Lie.
a lie. Right. That's good. So can you give me an example of what a lie might be?
Something that I made up.
Yeah. Or something that's not true. Right. Awesome. That's good. Okay. So I just want to start by asking if you know why we're here talking today.
Probably because when I talked to that other social worker a while ago, I told her some really messed up stuff about my family, and she probably didn't like it.
Okay, so you are right. We're going to be talking about some stuff that you chatted with the other social worker about, and I just want to make sure that you know that she told our agency because she's concerned about your safety and your well-being. And our job is to make sure that you are safe at all times, as well as happy and healthy and secure. So with that, we're going to have a conversation about that and then see what we can do to keep you safe, happy, and secure. Okay? All right, awesome. So can you just remind me who is all in your family?
I got my mom,
Okay.
Mary, and then there's my grandma, which is my mom's mom. She doesn't live with us, but she watches Mongo, which is my first little baby.
Okay.
She's coming up on 3. Mongo lives with grandma. And then there's mom's boyfriend, who's my daddy.
Right. And so, of the family members you just listed, who lives in your house with you?
Just mom.
Okay. Okay. And your dad doesn't live with you anymore?
No, they're always breaking up and getting back together, but no, he's not there.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So, you mentioned your dad, and what we want to talk further about is kind of the relationship you have with your dad. You did mention to the social worker that you have had sex with your father, and so we just want to learn a little bit more about that, okay? All right. So can you tell me when you can remember that you first had sex with your father?
I was young. I was a little kid for sure. I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4. I remember I was really young. I was like, hadn't even started school. I was little.
Okay. And do you remember where the first time was that you had sex with your father?
It was at home. It was in my bedroom. Yeah, it was at home.
Okay. All right. And since then, how frequently did the sex happen?
It wasn't like all the time or anything. It was like, I don't know, maybe like once every few months, maybe. Like, mom and dad would break up, and so he wouldn't be around. But then sometimes when he would come around, he would just have sex with me. I didn't say yes or anything, but he didn't really care.
Okay. So, do you remember when the last time was that you most recently had sex with your father?
It was probably like, it was a long time ago. It was like, this is how I have like the little baby. This is his. The other baby is too, Mongo. He's the only guy that wants to have sex with me. So those little babies of mine, they're his. It was a long time ago. It was before, like, obviously I got pregnant with the little baby, so maybe like 6 or 7 months ago.
Okay. And that's the last time?
Yeah, mom and dad had been broken up for a while. They got into a fight, and then he left.
Okay. All right. So let's just talk about this last time a little bit more. Do you remember where you were when this happened?
It was at home. It was in my bedroom. I had just gotten back from school, and he was there, and yeah. So it was like maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay. And was there anybody else there with you?
Mom was there. Mom's always at home. She doesn't do anything. Mom was there. She was like kind of like in the hallway. Yeah, that's what they fought about. And then he left.
Okay. And did Mom do anything during the time that your father was having sex with you?
No, she didn't really. Well, she cared, but pretty much she wasn't mad at him. She was more mad at me that it was happening, that I did something to cause it, and she was just mad at me. She's always so mad at me. So I don't know what I did, but she's always so mad at me, and she just hates me, and I don't know why. But no, Mom didn't do anything to stop it or anything. She didn't really care, but she was just mad at me after.
Okay. All right. And can we talk a little bit more about what it looks like when Mom is mad at you?
Mom's been mad at me pretty much since I came out of her. I don't know what I did to, like, I don't know why she hates me so much, but she likes to throw shit at me. She hits me, she kicks me. She gave me a black eye a long time ago. A while ago, she threw a frying pan at me. She just, like, sometimes if I, like, forget to buy her cigarettes, she gets mad at me. If I get her the wrong kind of cigarettes, she hits me. She calls me names. I've pretty much been called fat and ugly so many times it doesn't even affect me anymore. So, whatever.
Okay. And you mentioned that your mom gets mad at you. She was mad at you the last time that your dad had sex with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like she's mad at me that he's doing it. Like, I didn't ask for it. I don't know why she's mad at me, but she gets mad at me when it happens, and it's like, I don't want it. Like, why is she mad at me for doing it? Like, I didn't do anything, but she's so mad at me, and I don't get it.
Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. So we're just going to go back a little bit. So you kind of jumped forward with me asking what happened when mom gets mad at you during that time. And so I just want to go back to the last time that your dad had sex with you, which is when you're thinking that you were pregnant with the baby you have now.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can go back to that and just, you can tell me a little bit more about how it happened, how it started, and kind of walk me through it.
Well, I got home from school, like, whatever, like 3 or 4 or whatever. Came inside, had something to eat, and then he was there, and they were just sitting there watching TV, and I went into my room to, like, try and do my homework, and he just came in, and he didn't even really say anything. Like, he just, it was like, at this point, like, it's just kind of like, it's gonna happen, so I just pretty much get ready for it. Like, I don't know, it's like, he doesn't even say anything. He just walks in and closes the door, and I'm just like, okay, well, here we go again. Like, I don't know, it's really messed up. So he just like walked in, and he pretty much just pulls down my pants and like gets on top of me, and I just lay there and take it because I just don't know what else to do. I know there's no point in me yelling or screaming because it won't change anything. I've tried that. Mom doesn't care. Neighbors are all crackheads, so there's always screaming going on in their house. They don't care. So I just don't care.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know this isn't the easiest thing to talk about, and you're doing a really good job answering my questions so far. So then after Dad was done, your father was done having sex with you, then what happened?
Then he just got off, and he looked at me and he said, clean yourself up, and then he went back in the living room, and then that's when Mom and Dad got into a fight, and then she started yelling at me, and then she started yelling at him, and Mom's a psycho, so like she's always yelling at us, and she's getting mad at me, and then I don't know, I don't even remember how it all happened, and then he just left. Yeah, that was pretty much it, and then I just went back into my room. I don't know.
And where is Dad now?
I don't know. Probably in some crack den. I have no idea. He comes and goes whenever he wants. We never hear from him or nothing, so he does what he wants, so whatever.
Okay. And is there anybody else that you've talked to about what's happened between you and your father?
I kind of talked to my teacher, Miss Rain, about it. But I really like her. She really cares about me. So I've kind of talked to her.
Okay. So I just want to, again, I really want to thank you for sharing this experience that you've had with your dad. And so what I want to do is make sure that after we've had this conversation that you feel safe. And so I'm wondering where you feel like you're going to be the most safe for the next little bit.
Well, I don't know, like, I hate it at home. I hate living with my mom. So, I don't know. I've talked to my teacher, and my teacher has talked about, like, if I ever need a place to go, like, I can always stay with her. And she really actually seems to care about me. So, I don't know. I don't want to be at home anymore. Mama's a psycho, and I don't want to be there when Dad comes home again. So, maybe with my teacher, and then maybe me and the babies can find our own place away from Mom.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you've done a really good identifying someone who's very safe to you. It sounds like that person for you right now is your teacher, and she's done a really wonderful job at allowing you to stay with her if you feel like you need to go to a place of safety. So we want to encourage you to keep doing that and talking to her when you feel like you need someone to talk to. Based on our conversation, I'm hoping that we can continue to work together and try and make a plan that allows you to feel safe, as well as the babies that you have to feel safe, and ensure that you are also healthy and happy, just like we want your baby to be too. So, just before we wrap up, I just want to see if you have any questions for me, or if there's any other details you feel like you want to share.
Not really. Like, I don't know. I just told you a lot. I'm sure that was a lot already, so there's nothing really that jumps out at me right now that I really need to share. I feel like that was a lot right there, and that's pretty much all of it.
Yeah, and you did a really wonderful job, and again, thank you for sharing those things with me.
You're welcome.
Alright, so just before we wrap up, I just have to say another couple things to the camera about our conversation ending. So I'm just going to do that. So today is March 25th, 2019. I'm wrapping up a conversation with Clarice Jones, who likes to be called Precious. It is 12:58, and we are at Clarice Jones' home at 363 Dundas Street East in Belleville, Ontario. And this interview is now concluded.